Howdy, welcome back to another video. Today we are up in Ancaster, checking out some views over top of the city. And I was thinking we may do our first photograph here, maybe doing a pano of the harbor area. And then you can also just sort of see the 403 highway. Oh, beautiful scenery. There is just a little bit of haze over top of the city right now, giving it a very atmospheric feel. So we'll probably start with a pano of the city and then move around. I see a few trees around here that I really want to get a photograph of. One of them is a purple little beast over there. So I'm not sure what species the tree is after. I'll show you guys later in the video, but it is a very nice deep purple. And I want to see once the sun comes up, if it adds a bit more dynamic range, maybe a bit more, what would be a good term for it? Just a bit more mood. Because right now everything's very little dull. Oh. What a nice photograph. So the sun right now is just starting to peek up over the horizon and a little bit over the clouds, and it's just popping up over the back of a building. So we're gonna start with a photograph of the building. Now, I'm not sure if this camera will be able to do justice for it, as the view just looks phenomenal. So I may use your camera or this camera later on to get a bit of a better zoom in, maybe get a bit of a better view, who knows? Today is a very relaxed video. More or less, I was riding around checking out new areas, just kind of scoping out different ideas. And I found one for Halloween coming up as well. Now the sun is just starting to peek up over the horizon. I'm gonna grab you guys and give you a little sneak peek. So I zoomed in to 1.6 times. Holy cow, some bugs really do have a death wish. All right, so 1/30th at f11. I'm gonna go up to f16. One 15th of a second at f16. So we got one photograph of the cityscape. From where I am right now, it is a bit of a socked in view, but the light just peering up over top of the building. I took a few different pictures. I'm gonna insert the best one right now so you guys can see it. Well, let's turn you off. So after we have the first photograph, I'm gonna go over to this tree I was talking about earlier and get a little look-see at that one. I'm not quite sure what after that though. I've only seen these two first photographs, and the cityscape itself was just kind of more or less kind of opportunistic, especially with the sun, just that burning ball of orange. Today is gonna be a hot day, you know that. Probably like 34, 35. Thankfully this morning right now, it's still only 20. But it's gonna get hot today. It's like the end of July and we're still getting heat waves. So riding over on the scooter today, it was 13 kilometers as I went a little bit past here to go check out a few different new areas for filming / areas that I can actually record. A few of them are waterfalls, and I feel like I already have a couple of those, so I'm not too worried about it. But as I was talking about a little bit earlier in the video, the other one I found is for the Halloween special. And as it has to be Halloween themed, I had to obviously find something spooky. So stay tuned. All right, we're gonna hike over there and take a little look-see at the purple tree. Or I'll show you guys now actually what it looks like. Boom. And there is my scooter waiting for us. So I've walked up to the tree right now. The sunlight is just starting to peek up over the horizon. So I'm just gonna hike around because I found that as an interesting composition, especially with the tall grass all around it. But as I was hiking around, I found a couple of trees that just look a little bit more windswept. Like for example, those two trees over there, just something about them just looks very interesting, especially with the trees up there. It literally has no head. The tree is just cut off. Let's see if we can find a better angle for this one too. And then the other one I'm considering is this one right here, with it looking like it's just a little bit bent over. I like how this tree has a kind of an interesting little curvature to it. We're gonna go check down over there later as the sunlight is just starting to hit the top of the trees. Okay, so I'm a little bit hemmed in here. I'm gonna have to back up probably over here. So we have a fair amount of traffic coming around this morning, so I better get a hurry on and get this photograph done. Right now, the light is just starting to peek up over the horizon. Well, the top of the hill anyway. So the light has just started to peek up over the top, just sort of giving it a bit of a splash of light. Now, there is a second tree right beside it, but I'm gonna do a vertical composition, and I'm gonna try to cut out as much as I can of the other tree. All right, so we got one photograph already taken. I'll walk you guys through the composition. As you can see in this composition, there is about 2/3 or so of it is actual sky and then the tree. And then about the bottom 1/3 of the actual composition is made up of the grass, kind of leading you into it. Now, right now I do have a fair amount of light perfectly hitting the tree. I'm just gonna bring down the highlights ever so slightly. And then focus right in on the tree itself. F11, 1/10 of a second. So this composition is changing every few seconds or every few minutes. I look back, and as the light keeps peering up higher over this few trees over there, it's allowing just washes of light to just sort of hit the tree at different areas and different angles. And it really is bringing the tree to life. On the other tree I was looking at over here, I think it's a maple. On the maple I was looking over here, I don't think the sun is just quite enough on it yet. So we'll just wait a few more seconds. But this one, I very much so enjoy trying to work the composition perfectly. The tree beside it, the evergreen, it kind of detracts from the image. So I've been kind of working my way like inch by inch, sort of just making sure I exclude it. Yeah, I don't think that was a good spot. The other tree that is just beside it to the left, it's just a little bit too close, and both of them are in frame, and it's hard to kind of cut the other one out without removing half of the tree. So we're gonna try to probably walk around a little bit further that side and just try to get a good angle of this tree. Place is literally like New Times Square right now. There are so many people driving around. It's kind of crazy. So we're gonna have to hike a little bit further into the bush over here. See if there is a better composition. Now there is kind of a little deer path over here that I'm able to walk through, kind of follow somewhat. But it feels like this was a building site of something. There's a little slab of concrete already here, laid out. A bunch of bricks. Huh, I wonder what this was. This looks very odd. Can't believe how busy today has been. There's so many people out walking, jogging, biking. This is now probably the 5th bus I've seen come by. It's getting crazy. Well, I think I may be a little bit too far away, so I may have to hike through a bit of this. Oof, it's gonna be boggy. Probably full of ticks and other stuff, but this photograph does look interesting. I am able to use the 1.6 crop and clean up a lot around it. And then a 1:1 crop brings in a lot of the base. And I've already had to angle the camera up a little bit just to get rid of some of the highs. Whereas the 1.6 crop really cuts down on a lot of the distractions, and it really focuses in, wow, that was bad. And it really focuses in on the tree that I'm trying to draw your attention to and kind of ignore all around it. The only really bad side about it though, and I'll show you guys so you can see the picture. So that way it's not a waste of a shot. I'll show you guys what I was talking about. Let's get rid of you. Up here, as you see this little L shaped right here, as the sky is just pitch blue, there's really nothing else up there. It's just dead space. Not negative space, so to speak. It's just dead space. Down here, you have a bit of grass sort of drawing your attention in all the way to the main tree. So yeah, the negative space up here, because I cannot zoom the lens in or do anything else different with it, I think some of that negative space is really, it kind of subtracts from the image. As you look to the grass and it draws you into the main composition, the main actual subject, all of that blue up there just sort of detracts from it. Now, even though there is some of that dead space in the top right corner, I'm still gonna put the photograph up in the video right now. Let me know what you guys think about the picture. If I didn't even explain anything about the dead space in the top corner, would you even have noticed it? Because to me, it kind of jumps out right away. All right, I'm gonna give this composition a couple of more minutes, probably 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I'm gonna see if the sunlight changes, it makes it any difference. And hopefully before the temperature rises too much, because it is starting to get just baking outside right now. It's just boiling. Ugh, oy vey. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right. So I've waited here for about probably another 15, maybe 20 minutes. And the light really hasn't changed very much, and there is 0 clouds anywhere out today. So I'm gonna try again probably later this evening, or if worse comes to worse, we'll come back up here tomorrow and brave the heat again. As today is just baking me like a sauna. All right, well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Right back here again. If not, we'll be across the street again where I was locking up my scooter. All right, see you guys tomorrow. The sun's definitely gonna be up soon, so I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses on soon. Oh, I forgot to mention it. I'm not using my microphone right now. I wanna see how it sounds without it. Been running into a few issues with it. I guess it must be running into interference of any sort with Bluetooth and near me. So I have to keep shutting off my watch, my phone, everything. It's really pedestrious. Well, this is a quiet little neck of the woods. That's hilarious. There's definitely a trail over there to go somewhere. Huh? So there are shitloads of buses keep driving by. Gonna kind of ruin the ambiance. So I found an Eye of Susan, and it's probably about, I want to say a foot, maybe 12, maybe 13, 14 inches away from the lens right now. And what I'm doing is I'm just focusing in and isolating on one in particular. Now I was thinking of using the 1.6 crop, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do instead is just do a 1x1 crop, focusing in on the top of the flower. So I have it at f2 at 1/15th of a second, just to give me a very shallow depth of field. So first we're gonna do f2.8, 1/40th of a second. I'll insert that as soon as I take this photograph. And then next, we're gonna go all the way up to f4.5. Again, same thing. All right, I'll show you guys right now on the video. As you see, backdrop looks a little bit blown out. But then as it goes down to f2, you can hardly even see the background. So we're gonna start hiking a bit further off into the foresty area. Probably get bit a good amount, but what's life if nothing else? Going in and exploring. Gotta get my sunglasses out soon though, once the sun starts popping up for sure. So I found an area over here with these weird, I don't even know what this is, but I have to explore. There's a light fixture up here with an old power wire that clearly seems to be dead. So I wonder what that was for. Interesting. Wow. This place is so dense with vegetation, but there's still concrete slab, like square bricks on the ground here. Interesting. I wonder what this place used to be. Huh, we have the sun starting to peek up again. Oh, what a great day of photography. We haven't been over to Ancaster very much, and that's definitely gonna change. Today, the landscape here is just phenomenal, and the view over the city, just perfect. All right, give us a like and a comment down below, and we'll see you guys again next week.